Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag 50 stack challenge 7. Sorry, had a little brain fart there. You'd think after I did this a million times I would remember. This is a 25-week prompt assignment challenge, and so each week I draw 2 prompts out of my bag. All the prompts are in the bag from the beginning of the challenge. And then the idea is to make 1 piece of ephemera for each of the prompts. So, for example, last week, I drew out Christmas card or greeting card. I told you after I drew it, you can do just any greeting card. You could make a card, you could use a card, whatever. You could use part of a card, whatever. I used the front of an old vintage greeting card to make the cover for my painted Christmas journal. So that's how I used Christmas card. You can choose how you want to use it. All right, and then 24 was music. So I made a tag with music as the background to go in a journal pocket. So that's literally all this is. It's very easy. It's just a way to help build the ephemera, get some ideas bubbling in your head. Sometimes you just get in a rut, you know, and stuck. So 25, what is 25? 25, use coffee dyed paper somehow, however you want. Background, fold it into some kind of pocket, whatever. So that is number 25. You interpret it the way you would like. I'm going to move these out of the way so I don't end up getting things mixed up. 26. Oh, I thought I had one. Psych. Okay, 26 is book illustration. So out of whatever book you want. It can be like a children's book. You can choose an illustration out of there. Or it could be like those botanical books, or even like Edith Holden. That type of thing. Or, you know, just any type of botanical illustration from a book. Whatever you would like. You can choose an encyclopedia, whatever. All right, so I'm going to get some things together and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So what I have for coffee dyed paper is coffee dyed paper, imagine. I think this might be tea dyed, but whatever you have, coffee dyed, tea dyed, you guys get the idea. This is something I've done quite a few times, and if you've watched me for a long time, you've probably seen me do this, but I'm going to do it again because I do like it, and I forget about it unless I do coffee dyed paper for some reason. So this is an idea I saw Gail Augustinelli do. I don't know where she got it, if she came up with it or what. I don't remember. It's been a long time. So what we do is make a pocket using 1 piece of coffee dyed paper, and then you make a tag with another piece of coffee dyed paper as a way to use up your coffee dyed paper if you have a lot, like if you dye a lot. But I also like to add one of these Tim Holtz, either the regular photograph portraits, or this is actually the first time I've used one of his black and white, whatever you would call this, a portrait drawing, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to put that at the top of my tag, and then you'll be able to see her at the top of the pocket. So we're going to make the pocket first, which is super easy. This is like a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, and it doesn't matter the size of paper you have. You can do it with any size paper, but it's roughly a half a sheet. And then you're basically going to make, what do you call it, a coin envelope sort of thing. Because we just need to make it wide enough so we know Our Lady is going to fit in there. And mine are like half sheets left over from printing for Etsy labels. And then I cut half the sheet off, and a lot of times I coffee dye them so I can use them for backing or whatever in the world. So I do have a lot of these half sheets. But of course you can just cut one to roughly half, and it doesn't have to be super precise. And then you just fold it so that there's a little bit of an overlap there, and then fold the bottom up to make your pocket, and then we'll trim it up and do all the stuff that we do with the coin envelopes. But if you've never seen one, then this will be helpful for you. Oh my goodness, do I have no scissors here? Some days, you know, I think I have myself all together, and I really, truly do not. There we go. Yeah, so apparently it's going to be one of those days. So how are you guys? I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I just like barreled right into this. So what we're going to do is cut off the little side flaps because we don't need those. Then we'll cut this a little bit of an angle. And this will all be at the back, so it doesn't matter if it's beautiful or whatever. Back here. The sun is shining finally. It was very foggy when I got up this morning and very cold when I walked. But it's okay. It was a lovely walk. You warm up fast. I pretty much go almost all uphill. And then, you know, obviously downhill to get back home. But I'm going to put a little piece of paper up here just to strengthen this a little bit because it is copy paper. So let me find something to stick up there. How about another piece of darker dyed coffee paper? Coffee paper. So yeah, it is Sunday for me. I usually have these done, but I was super lazy on Friday. I just could not get motivated. Ugh. So here I am on my Sunday working, which I normally try not to do a ton of. I mean, I'll cut stuff on the Glowforge, but I don't generally do videos on the weekends. I do order, you know, we'll cut orders and stuff like that later in the afternoon, but try not to do a whole lot of having to do videos just because I like to have my weekends for my family. Mostly my husband now because he's the only one here at home. We did go have dinner with the kids last night though. So that was fun. And my mother and father-in-law came because they're not going to be, they're going to go away for Thanksgiving. So have a little dinner. I'm going to put a thumb notch in this part. I'm just jabbering at you guys. That did overlap just a little bit right there. Yeah, the sun's shining now though. It's cold, but it's nice when the sun is shining. Very tolerable. When I walked up we have a lake near us, and you can kind of see it from a park near us, and up there at the top of the hill, you know, you start to kind of get condensation on your, I had a scarf around my neck from the frost in the fog, but it was very pretty up there today. I usually get to see the geese flying over. I don't love it when that happens, when you have that little overlap that you can see through the punch, so I might end up tucking something in there, but anyways, we're going to glue this closed. So I just put glue down one side and then a little down the other, like this up here on the top, back side of one, top side of the other, however you want to say that, just so you get a good glued edge there. And then we glue this down. I mean, this is like no brainer, right? And you can do this out of any paper. And also, I want to say, if you're seeing the prompt of coffee dyed paper, you don't have to make your whole thing out of coffee dyed paper. That was just my choice. You can just use like a little piece of coffee dyed paper or whatever, right? So I just want to make that clear. I know I say that all the time, but I always have new people. So I like to, you know, be clear about the prompts and how you can use them. You can use them however you want. It's your interpretation. There are no 50 stack challenge police. So It's supposed to be fun too. I don't want people stressing about, you know, I don't have that or I don't want to do that. If there's one you don't want to do one week, don't do it. I know some people didn't want to do the doodle. Don't do it. I mean, it's fine with me. I'm not, it's to build your ephemera up. So it's no skin off of my nose. All right. So then we need a tag. So you're just obviously going to, I think I'm just going to fold it in half because I don't really have enough to do complete thirds. And then I'll just trim it down so that, and of course you could also just take a piece of book page and glue a piece of coffee dyed paper to it. I just end up having a lot of this paper from those order sheets. So I like to use it instead of throwing it away. But you could do this out of, what do you call it, packing paper would be good for this project. You could make up a whole bunch of them with nothing, no decorative bits on them. And then you can just grab them out and decorate them for journals, mass make style, as we do. So I will need to cut that down. That's basically a dead soldier there. We're gonna take this and we're just gonna cut, actually we can cut it the size of our lady. That's usually the easiest way. So like 3.5. And that's what I would suggest is hold up your, whatever, if you're gonna use one of these. You don't have to use one at all. It's just an idea. But that way she'll top it nicely, you know, because it's the right size for her. The other thing is you have to figure out how high. Yeah, that part. Because I'm going to use her in the, what I might do is just glue her down a little further and cut around. I'm going to use it in the Painted Christmas. So I don't want her head sticking way up above the, help me, Paige. Jiminy. This is brutal. Okay, so maybe we will trim it a bit then. I'm going to trim it about here, I think, since I need to trim it regardless. So yeah, it's not a giant tag that way when you use this. Oh, you know what I just thought of? That's not going to work either because that's going to be all the way down there. If I do that, I'm going to have to cut the pocket down. Oh, Amy. Not paying attention today at all because I want her to stick out above, obviously. So I'm just going to make it a little bit taller. So I did all of that gluing and jazz for no reason. This is what happens when I don't plan enough. Everything gets all messed up. Well, that still has a nice edge on it. That does not. But we will get by here. So obviously you can see you can make them whatever size you want. But think about it before you just make it so that you don't end up, if you don't want the head of the lady sticking way above your journal page, just check it out first, right? Yeah. So now I gotta find something else to put right there. Oh boy. That was such a good piece too. I'll use a little music instead. It's fine. have you guys been up to this weekend? Anything fun? Have you had family stuff going on? I think, Annette, I think I saw that. Are you in Disneyland or Disney World? I just saw pictures. I'm awful sometimes about reading on posts. But that looks fun. Oh, I need to say hugs and blessings. Hugs and blessings to Paige Chicks Designs, sorry. Beth Ann, Carolyn, Deborah, and the Plum Creek Booksmith. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for kind comments. I appreciate all of you very much. Woo! Welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those of you that have been with me for a long time or a short time. I definitely appreciate you. So what I was thinking is I'm going to put a piece of this, because this will probably get used, yeah, in that journal. I already said that, so. Let's do it this way first. And this is paper I got at Hobby Lobby. It was in a pack. It's like a vintage Christmas sort of little paper pack. Those ones they have that are, I think, $7.99 or something, somewhere around that price. So I think what I want to do is just kind of tear this. No, this way. Sorry. This does a little bit of a background, but I still want to see some of the coffee dyed paper. And you tear the top to set it on a straight edge. I love these two little birdies up here. They'll probably get covered, but they're cute. They're sure cute. So she'll go up there like that, and I think that will work. Or was I going to put that on the pocket? Oh my goodness. Well, I can put some more on the pocket. Since I can't seem to get my act together today. I sort of had a plan, but it's all going haywire. Okay. And then I kind of want to use a Santa on the inside of the pocket. And I'll put her up here. What else do I want to put on there? I don't know. Whoa, sorry. I don't know what that was. That was loud is what it was. Put some music behind our Santa. Just for a little extra. I have a torn piece right there. Ooh, that's a good one too. See how I am? I want to be able to see. I love my treble clefs. I don't know why, but I do. Okay. So this Santa is in the Painted Christmas kit. Maybe we need a little white. And I don't know, my niece got me this paper, so I apologize because I don't know like exactly where she got it. Somewhere in Arizona, that's all we know. I used it last year for my fashionista, winter fashionista journal, and I had loads of people ask, and I feel so bad because it's like, I don't know, and I don't have a link, and I don't have anything, you know. She just gifted it to me, so, for Christmas one year. all I can suggest is maybe looking for like handmade paper, mulberry paper, that type of search, and you might be able to find some somewhere. I know Amazon has similar papers, but they're not exactly the same. Sometimes they're thicker on Amazon, and I like the thinness of this because it's very wispy feeling. Almost like a tissue paper, because see, it goes away a lot when you glue it, but you can still see it. Okay. Also, make sure you go check out Nancy Piter, Mitzie at 307 Junk Journals. Carol is working on a Christmas journal, and she does use, you know, images and things of mine. So definitely check her out. I know she hasn't been filming as much because she's got a puppy, which that is like having a baby around. So I totally get it. But just definitely, if she makes a video, check it out, because she is using that. And Mitzie's using the Reason for the Season kit. And Nancy just used this kit, the Painted Christmas kit. And I know she's using some other kits. I think she was going to use the Frost kit coming up. I'm not positive exactly what order she's going in. But anyway, I just want you guys to know, if you're looking for more ideas using my digitals, those ladies, and Linda at Handmade Iowa, she's not doing one at the moment, but she often uses my stuff too. So I just like to mention them because they do beautiful work and are kind enough to be using my digitals. So I want to give them a shout out. When I know that they are using them. Okay, so we'll glue her at the top up there. I do usually put a little bit of lace. I didn't get any out. Right up at the top. So I'll probably have to go find some when I'm done. And add that. Because I didn't think about that until just this moment. This very moment. I don't think I have any right here. I might. We can look in our little lace scraps and see if we've got anything that'll work. That one would work because it's thin enough. I kind of want white. That wouldn't be bad though. I want to rub that a little bit. It looks a little... Yeah, I think that'll work. I don't want a lot because it'll cover Santa's head if we do some wild big lace. But I don't know what it is about those. I always feel like they need something at the bottom. I think it's just a me thing. And then I will probably stitch around it too, so it will get all taken care of. Which way does this go now? It's really hard to see because it's so tiny. If it will even stick to this, that's the other issue. That's where the stitching comes in. If I just leave it alone, it might do it. Okay, so we need to decorate our pocket. And I think I want to use that paper again. Oh, I've got a piece. Plenty. And I like the, and it says home for the holidays. That's nice. Probably going to lose a little bit of it, but that's okay. Save that. I'm going to take off that little bit over there. I don't know how much of that will even be seen, but when we put other bits on there. But yeah, these are definitely a good mass make thing. Because like I said, you could just make a bunch up, and you don't have to obviously put the lady on them or whatever. Just make up the pockets and the tags, and then you can decorate them however you want to. I do like this. Yeah, that's probably just going to get covered up, and that's just the way it's going to be. Or I have this. That is from my, oh, I have old Christmas posters, vintage Christmas posters, I think they're called. I kind of like this better. This is from the black and white Christmas. I think I'm just going to do it. I know it covers that up, but I don't really care. I just like it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That is what I'm going to do. Okay, let's glue this first. So yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Is that what they say? Sometimes you just got to cover up the background. That's just the way it is. A little scrap of doily here. I do love these kind of doilies. For winter especially. Now, did I have it? I think I had it this way. I don't know what I did. Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. Still getting over that. I mean, I feel fine. I just have some sneezes and coughs and things, but nothing drastic. It's just wanting to hang out with me longer. Actually went away pretty fast. I was shocked, which is excellent. That makes me very happy. All right. Did I get glue under there? Not very well. You guys traveling this week for Thanksgiving? We are just going to a friend's house and it will be lovely. Bringing some goodies. All right, that is my coffee dyed. Super easy. You can see pocket, and then our tag. All right, so again, that will get stitched. Oopsie. And then we have book page was the next one. So I have this and all kinds of stuff because I'm going to put this in that, or it wasn't book page, it was book illustration. This is my book illustration, and I got it out of this book, Flowering Shrubs, a Magna field guide. So, and I've had it for ages, and this is what I bought it for, so, but it has very cool pictures in it. So I took one out of holly, and then I also took a section of one of my books that I took the covers off of, and it was falling apart anyway, so it's not that sad. But anyway, I took out one of the, I guess, signatures, for lack of a better term. So it's quite a few pages that were already attached to each other. So I just ran a stitch down the middle after I took them out. So we're going to turn it into kind of like a little folio thingy. But let me see how many pages. So it's 2 pages that are connected because they still have their... I didn't tear them out of the book. I took them out from the signature that they were tied into. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's actually 3. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? There's 3 connected sets. So I just ran a stitch down the middle so they don't come apart anymore. They're like a little booklet. So we're going to decorate that using our book page illustration, book illustration. And you can use any kind of illustration that you want to use. I have no say in that. Again, we're back to 50 stack challenge, please. If you, and also if you're like, I don't like taking books apart, if you have a digital that has book page illustrations, or I'm sure you can get them as well. However you want to do that. If you want to use magazine, that's fine. I don't know. Like I said, it's just ideas to get you maybe using stuff you don't normally use, or ideas that maybe you wouldn't have, or whatever. But you do you. Far be it for me to tell you what to do. Keep moving my entire mat today. Okay, and then we're going to add some things on top of this. Not a lot, because I want to see the illustration. Let's see here. What was I going to... Oh, this. I'm like, where did I put it? I just wanted to do like a little kind of cluster down here. How long have I been? Oh my goodness. We may not have time for this entirely, but I'll give you the idea anyway. And then I have some of this snowy tulle that you can get at Dollar Tree, usually, no guarantees. But it works great this time of the year because it's, obviously it looks like snow, right? Okay, Captain Obvious. I'm just making it sticky. And my finger while I'm at it, because we all know they don't get sticky enough. And then I'm going to put glue on this, liquid glue, and hopefully it will stay. I can always stitch it if I need to. And this is just some ribbon that I had that I cut the little tails on. It has snowflakes. I could also staple it if I wanted, but I want to see if it'll stick first. Okay, so then I have the Season of Good Cheer. I'm going to put that up at the top. And this will also go in my painted Christmas journal. Just another way to have some more writing pages, truly, since it's kind of more of a decorative. Oh, there's lots of room for pictures and things. Oh, paper towel. Threw away my other paper towel. Okay. So then we're going to come inside here. Is that the first? Okay, I just want to make sure I don't have pages sticking together. Oh, my pin's in there. That's a great place for it. And then I have actually cut some of these so that I can just glue them down. You know, because you can write on those. And they're just different kind of white, snowy-ish looking pages. This one is from Tailor Made Journals. And all the kits I'm using are in the description box below the video, so that you can easily go find them and use them if you'd like. But yeah, I figured this is nice. You can write on it with a dark pen, or again, put pictures down. That got all crinkly, wrinkly under there. Guess I didn't smooth it very good. So this is a fun way to use if you take books apart and you have leftover pages. And if you don't, you could just put together 3 pages of kind of thin paper, you know, whatever size you need for your journal. Stitch them down the middle just to make a little like loose leaf sort of, I guess it's not loose leaf if they're stitched, but you know what I'm saying, pages. Okay, and then on this page, we're going to do one of my little pocket pages. But first, I want to put some of this in the background. And this is, again, from the Painted Christmas, just a background page. And that paper's sticking to me. This one I didn't rip to size. It needs to be a little bit bigger than those other ones. There's a million and one things you can do with book pages, honestly. Well, paper in general. It's kind of crazy, all the stuff you can make with paper. So that will be my background, which you won't see a lot of, but you'll see a little bit of the poinsettias. A little notebook like this would even be good just as a stocking stuffer, or, you know, some cute little something to make a friend. Happy mail. Because you could probably almost send it like a Christmas card if you had a big enough envelope. One of those little manila envelopes would work, probably. And on this one, I'm going to put this is in the Painted Christmas Kit. I did struggle a bit finding pockets for this kit. Sometimes they're really easy to find good ones, and other times it just doesn't work. This one I'm going to just kind of do is glue two sides and have it more like a tuck. And this one's going to go up here. And then we're going to put one of the black and white Christmas tags in there. So I got to kind of figure out, that needs to come down just a little bit. Kind of want it like there. Pocket pockets. Okay. Probably about there, I'm thinking. I don't care if it hangs over a little over here. And then this little tuck can go there. Put a little more right there. Okay, and then we're going to back these, I think, but maybe I won't back them right now. Let's move along. But I'm going to put this snowman, and this is from the Black and White Christmas, and this is also from the Black and White Christmas. Uh-oh, is that going to fit now? It's a little narrower, you know, at the bottom. I think it'll be all right. And that'll go there. Probably shouldn't leave them in there, they'll get glued in there. And then we're going to go to this page. How many did I have? What? I want to turn this one into, that one's going to turn into a pocket, but we're going to put this on there. And this is the you know, one of the playing cards that we made. I kind of want to put something a little more colorful behind that. Do I want to use this again? It just looks good because of the white card. It looks nice on that darker color. These other pages, I'll probably just use the white backgrounds just to make writing pages. I got that real crooked. I don't know that that's a lot better, but that's a little bit better. And then we'll just kind of come down to there. Sometimes I can't see these very well. I need to take a little bit more off the side. Let's go this side. Okay, I think I'll go this way because I kind of like to see as much of that big, well, you're not going to see much of it anyway, so I guess I won't worry about it because I'm going to put that right in the middle. So yeah, you can make these and put any kind of pockets you want in them. Any and all kinds. You can turn more of the pages into pockets too. kind of like doing an altered book, but just mini scale, you know. On the mini. Oh, I put it with the red flower, or yeah, at the bottom. Oh well. It's not gonna matter because you can't really see it. I really got that crooked, didn't I? It may just end up being crooked. Yep, it's just gonna be a little crooked. It's the only thing. Doing those. Do I want to turn that into a belly band? I definitely could. Might as well. It's always nice to have little places to tuck things. I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet, but we have the possibility if we choose. I keep seeing that white paper right there out of the corner of my eye, and I keep thinking it's a paper towel. Okay, I do the same thing. If I see anything white on the floor in the house, I think it's the cat. So this will get glued down all the way, but I still might put a little something here. These are just really thin. I mean, they seem to be pretty strong, but I'll just put a little something there. Way too big. It's just always good to strengthen those edges if you're going to turn stuff into pockets because, you know, it's just a book page, so you don't want, it would be sad to have it just tear or something. Then I'm going to put a thumb notch at the top of this one. If I can find my, I just had it. What did I do with it? Glue. My cat is still not great. It's like he got feeling better, but then today, again, he's all gunky, so I don't know. I'm hoping that it works and goes away. Or as much as it ever goes away. He's always got a stuffy nose, but I can tell he doesn't feel great either is the thing. Like this morning I got up and he was sleeping, which I know that's not that unusual for a cat, but normally in the morning he's awake for a while and plays and is silly and all that, and then he goes and naps for most of the rest of the day, but okay, so now that's a pocket. I have no idea yet what I'm going to put in there, but that will all come with time. We have a tuck there. We can make this a page for writing. Yeah, I do feel awful for him though. Okay, writing page. And then I have to decide how I want to do the rest of these. I don't know that I'm going to do all writing pages. Maybe we'll do some other pocket there. I could turn, I did fold this once. I could turn this into a pocket. Maybe I'll do that. Paper, pocket. Paper. Oh, yeah, I didn't put that in yet. This is from my black and white kit. The snowflakes, they're very light, like you can barely see them. I don't even know if you guys can see them very well. Very, very light, but great for writing on. Are so sticky. I used to keep baby wipes, but it's like, my goodness, the amount of stuff I throw away already with glue pages. And I mean, I do keep some things that I use for glue pages, but oh my goodness, I feel like it's awful. And of course I got some ink on there. Okay. Did I have another one? Now, so I'm going to do the back behind here in the white because it doesn't need to be super decorative there. And I have this piece perfectly sized. Oops. Don't you hate that when you cut your glue and it like leaves a big old glob? I do. Let's see. Oopsies. Man, I am Calamity Jane over here today. I'm just gonna put a little of this on the edge. I like to glue those down just because some people cut them off, but especially on this thin of a book page, it just will add some strength to the pocket. The pocket. Linda's got us all doing that now. Linda. Okay. And then I have to figure out what I want to put on there. What do I want to put on there? Any of these? Any of these fit? If I bring it down, that probably would work. Let's use that. And we'll tear it about here just for the fun of it. And try to see what we can get. Out of that. Somehow I ended up printing with borders that time. I normally don't do that, but I did. Okay, so if I bring this to here, I think that will work pretty good. Just have to put our tear ruler from one end of this pocket and hopefully find the other end as best we can. Make sure you push real hard at the top because it'll want to pull that whole piece of paper out like that. And then you can kind of figure out the rest from there. Yeah, we're going to have to tear some more off this side. right next to that cute little house. This is a long one today. Sorry, guys, if you're still hanging with me. I appreciate it. Oh, the fiddling that occurs when you try to cover some of these. That's why I don't love making altered books, is covering all the pages. Okay, that will work right there. We got it. And I have no idea what I'm going to put in that pocket either, but you get the idea, and then you guys know the tag thing. You just make a tag or find a tag to pop in there, or whatever little goodie you want in there. But yeah, these would be kind of fun just all by themselves, even not in a journal, but just as a little gift for someone special. Who knew? Just 3 whole pages, I don't know what you'd call that. It's part of a signature. Book pages to make a... And if you have a book, a newer book that doesn't come apart like these old ones did, then you can just hinge the 2 book pages together with a strip of paper. I'm looking for that, and it's literally sitting right next to me. So if you're like, well, I don't have that, you can do them if you want to. I'm not telling you you have to. You must make one. But yeah, you can just hinge them with a book page. Or, yeah, book page or coffee dye paper or whatever. Words escape me when I'm trying to do this at the same time. Okay. I know somewhere I had. So for example, and I don't, this probably isn't what's going to go in here, but... So this, like I said, is going in the painted Christmas journal. See? Voila! And then, of course, that big one up back here, too. And then this will go... Where even am I in here? This page. I wanted it at this side instead of this side because we have a lot of things at that side, and I don't want it to get, I want it to be a little bit more balanced. And then you're going to say, how are you going to keep it closed? Well, I've got some little doodads, but now that I'm looking at this, it might be too thick. It's going to put a couple of these things here just to hold it. But I'm not sure about that now. But anyway, it's going to go there. I may tie a string. That's what may end up happening. Like a, I don't have it right here. But some little twine, you know, or something to hold it, tie it in a bow. But then it opens. We can put these in here now. I may have to round the corners on that tag. This one's going to go in here. There's that pocket, writing space, another little tag. There's a tuck behind there and a pocket up there. And then that'll get glued down onto the page. All right, so that is my book illustration, because we already did book page, I think. I can't even remember. That's the problem when you do enough of these. I've pretty much done all these multiple times, but where's my other one? Right here in front of my nose. Okay, so we have coffee dyed paper. That's how I made my little pocket and my tag out of coffee dyed paper. And then book illustration right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.